Hi there, this is Dean. I go by the trail name GoBugJuice, and this is the gear I'm going to be taking with me on my 2016 Appalachian Trail thru hike. That's my dog Buddy. He will not be coming because he's almost 16. Here's a quick shot of me, and yeah, I'll give a little rundown of different gear I'm going to use and kind of some of my thoughts and some of the stuff I might send home depending on weather and that sort of thing. So we'll start with the sleeping bag. That's Western Mountaineering Summer Light, weighs about 19 ounces. With that, it's a little bit lightweight. It's only about 30 degrees, so it might be a little bit not quite warm enough for the beginning, especially in the Smokies, but I don't know. I figure between my down puffy there and the other thing I'm going to bring along is my Mylar burrito kind of sleep sack, and then what works really well is you throw a pair of hand warmers in there and it's like a little furnace. So anyway, I'm still deciding on that. I might use one of those like Sea to Summit Thermalite reactor type product. And those weigh about 9 ounces, but you can send them home once you're done using it. The Mylar burrito you can just throw in the garbage, so that's good. I use the Thermarest Neo Air. I use a 3/4 length, and well, it works pretty well for me. I usually throw my backpack and some stuff under my feet to keep them off the ground. I've also started using a pillow recently. I just sleep a lot better. I feel stronger in the morning and can hike faster and further. This is my tent. It's probably my biggest purchase for this trip. Didn't really need it. I had a nice Big Agnes Fly Creek 2, but I don't know, decided to give Z-Packs a try. It's their Hexamid Solo Plus. Weighs about 18 ounces plus stakes, and it uses your trekking poles to set it up. I'll head over here to, well, I'll give you a little rundown on this down puffy. It's made by Monk Bell. It doesn't really have many features. There's no pockets, there's no draw cords, but weighs like 4.9 ounces, and you know, stuffs up into a stuff sack that basically is, you know, the size of an orange. I don't even use the stuff sack. I just stick it in with my sleeping bag and put it in that stuff sack. This over here, also another layer to keep me warm, especially at the beginning. It's called Power Grid. It's basically the same stuff as Patagonia's Thermal Weight. This one's made by MEC, the REI of Canada, and this is the hoodie variety with a 3/4 length zip down the chest to kind of cool you off. So I figured between that and your down puffy, it should keep me pretty warm. I'm gonna go over to rain gear over here. Hey buddy. This is a Marmot rain jacket. It's not the Precip, I can't quite remember the name, but weighs about 8.5 ounces, has a couple of nice features, pit zips, draw cords, Velcro sleeves, so it's a little bit heavier than some of your lightest weight rain jackets at 5.5, 6 ounces out there, but I kind of like some of those extra features, especially if it kind of keeps me from overheating. I'm going to start with rain pants, especially at the beginning where it's cooler. Might ditch those when things warm up. What I do like about these is, well, they're Gore-Tex Pack Light. They weigh about 7 ounces, but they have almost full-length zippers, so it's easy to get them off over your shoes. Plus, you can pull them down the other way and vent while you're hiking uphill, so you can have, basically almost your whole leg exposed on the side to cool you off. This over here, these are Innovate rain mitts, and they have a little microfiber lined interior, so they're kind of soft inside. They weigh about 1 ounce, and yeah, they're completely waterproof. So I haven't used them before. I kind of tested them out, but they're pretty good. Since it's going to be pretty cold when we start, I'll have these Marmot fleece gloves to stick inside the Innovate mitts. Plus, if it's just cold out and not really raining, those are probably a little more comfortable to use. So kind of versatile. Also, when it's cool out in the morning, and I like these, they're actually cycling sleeves, and you can kind of just start with them up, and you can push them down to your wrists when you start to warm up, and so it's pretty versatile. I also have a similar type of thing made by Smartwool for your legs. They go down to your ankles, and they come up just over mid-thigh, and same thing, if you start to get warm, you can just push them down, or get cold, you pull them back up. Oh, I didn't show you this, the umbrella. For those of you familiar with Go Light, this is their infamous chrome dome. I've never hiked with an umbrella, but everyone who does it seems to love it. Rigged it up so it's hands-free on your backpack. And if you're in the desert, which I won't be, but the silver exterior is great for blocking the sun, keeping you quite a bit cooler. So maybe occasionally it'll help for the sun, but for the most part it's meant for the rain on this trip. Some more warm weather gear. That blue thing's just a necker, kind of buff type thing. I'm bringing both a fleece hat and the black thing is a headband. The headband weighs about half an ounce and the hat weighs probably an ounce. I find sometimes when I'm hiking, my head starts to get warm, but my ears are still cold if it's a cool morning. So it's a little more versatile, but I definitely like the hat better at night when you're in camp or sleeping and you need to keep your head warm. This over here, these are my sleeping socks. They're merino wool down possum blend. They weigh about 2.5 ounces and they keep your feet super warm. So that's another reason I think I can get away with a kind of lighter weight sleeping bag. Thing that says 32 on it, that's just a pair of polypro boxers. Most of the times I don't even bother bringing underwear, but once again on this trip with things being a little bit more humid or just wet from rain, it'd be nice to change out of my hiking shorts to put something dry on at night. Darn Tough, that's just a second pair of socks I have for hiking. And the shirt, this is an icebreaker merino wool t-shirt I'll use to sleep in, or I guess if my hiking shirt's just soaked, I'll swap it out the next day and maybe wear this one. As far as the clothes that I hike in, these are North Face running kind of trail shorts. Nothing too exciting. They dry out quickly and they have one little zip pocket so you can stick some coins or your ID in there without losing it. The shirt I use, this is just kind of a generic, kind of synthetic, lightweight, nice and soft, dries out in about 10 minutes type shirt. Costs like $10 at Costco. Probably find something similar at Target. These are pants, basically. I usually don't hike in pants, but same thing at the beginning. I think it might be a little cooler. These are really lightweight. They're made by Arc'teryx, and I think they're designed more for running. Similar to the rain pants, they're almost full zip, so you can get them on and off of your shoes, and more importantly, you can pull the zipper down from the top and vent your whole leg if you start getting warm going uphill. Another pair of hiking socks, also Darn Tough. And these are my hiking boots, Anu, I think they're the Mendocinos. They're full leather, but they're really pretty lightweight. I was debating between these and my trail runners, and they really were just, maybe 4 or 5 ounces heavier than my trail runners. Kind of decided since the terrain is pretty, not the most forgiving, and my feet aren't quite trail hardened yet, I'll start with the full leather boots, a little more support underfoot. When they wear out, I'll decide whether or not to replace them with something similar or go with trail runners. On the top there, those are my girly gaiters. Love those things. They're just Lycra gaiters that fit right over the top of your boots, keep grit and little pebbles from getting in there, and keep your socks cleaner, keep your feet just in better shape. I wouldn't hike without those again. I'm going to bring a pair of camp shoes. These I found, these things are awesome. They're made by Mizuno, and they're really expensive running shoes, but I found them on sale for like $35. And they weigh about 5 ounces. I don't even know how people run in them, but they have a solid, nice durable bottom. Basically, pretty much nothing at the top. Like I said, they weigh 5.5, 6 ounces. What I like about them too is they pack completely flat, so they're easy to pack. That's just my hiking hat. Same thing, just synthetic material, dries out quickly. And now we go to the things, all the little small things. These are the things people say, oh, it weighs nothing, I'll take it. But even once it's pared down, there's still quite a bit of this stuff. The big bag, everything's on top of there, is made by Z-Packs. It's designed, it's a little heavier weight material than some of their stuff, but it's designed to put your food in and hang it, and can take a little bit more of a beating. It's waterproof. Critters have a little harder time gnawing through it. On top of that, or in addition to that, is that light green bag. The toilet paper is on top of. That's a new product I came across. designed specifically to, keep critters and stuff from smelling food. It's supposed to be completely smell-proof. And they've done some tests. Sounds like it's pretty, works pretty well. Probably help, you're in bear country too. So that would go, my food would go in there and all that would go inside the Z-Packs dry bag. Just generic red bandana, Lexan spoon and knife. I use the Sawyer mini filter. You can see that's that cap next to it to the left is a smart water bottle flip top cap, and those are pretty good to use to backwash or backflush the filter rather than carrying that giant syringe that it comes with. The green thing, those are earbuds. I like these. They don't get tangled. They're kind of a flat cord, so they don't tangle up as easily. Just a lighter, and then that thing with the red switch is a tiny little mini Petzl headlamp. It's pretty bright, has a red setting, which I like for night vision. Just uses 2 disc type batteries, weighs about ½ an ounce. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I guess if you ever want to do any hiking at night, this might be a little underpowered, but if I have to, I'll have my regular Petzl headlamp sent with one of my resupply packages. To keep everything charged up, I really just have my phone that I charge, but I have my guidebook on it, maps and reading material, all sorts of stuff. So I use the black thing in the middle as just a battery backup. You get about 3 charges out of that. And obviously the cords, I highly suggest getting something like this that you can stick 2 USB cords into. This way you can charge both the phone and the battery pack at the same time. And that item in the middle there, we'll give it a try. It's basically so when you're in an area that has like one outlet, you can stick this in and you can plug like 3 different things into it. And so if there are some of you that all need to share an outlet, I'm sure you'll win some friends with that. Toiletries, toothpaste, toothbrush, some wet wipes. Definitely have to have earplugs. I like the ones with the cords so I don't lose them while I'm sleeping at night. I don't know, I bring a sleep mask. Out here out west, the sun comes up and it's just blinding in the morning in the tent, but probably not as big a deal under the tree canopy out east, but if I don't use it, I'll just toss it. Nail clipper. That bigger container is sunscreen, so you can just find whatever and squeeze it in there and call it good. And then the little container is a product called Super Glide. That's highly recommended for dealing with blisters. I don't really get blisters too much, but same thing, humid, wet environment. It's a good recipe for blisters. So that's supposed to work pretty well to keep stuff from chafing, and I don't know, a lot of people swear by it, so we'll give it a try. Of course, the AT guide by AWOL, broke it up into 3 or 4 sections, and I'll include the other sections in future resupplies. I also have the PDF version on my phone, so in case something gets wet or nasty, I can still pull it up on my phone. Then just a small little journal. Always take a black Sharpie with me so you can leave notes for people. Pen, so you can write in the journal. And then this is my backpack. This is an REI Flash 45. I used it on the John Muir Trail and plenty of other hikes. For me, it's plenty of capacity, even with 5 days worth of food in there. If I have to, I can take my tent from the inside and stick it on the outside and create even more room. Weighs about 2 pounds. And that red thing is actually a snow stake that I use as a trowel. It's a lot more durable than those plastic shovels, and they actually weigh less, and you can dig through better or tougher material in the ground. So I don't know, it costs about $3-4. Just repurpose it. So lastly, I'll show you what I use for hydration. Or actually, one other item here. I'm going to start with this is a Sil Nylon rain pack cover. I don't know, we'll see how much I use it. I use it more because the pack just gets heavy when it gets soaking wet, but I don't know. We'll see. If not, I'll send it home. Underneath that, this material is just polycryo, the stuff you use for insulating your windows in the winter, keep drafts from coming in. But that material is super strong, and I just made a homemade rain skirt out of that. I've never used a rain skirt. I put some Velcro tabs on it to wrap it around, and we'll give it a try. I've hiked in it, but it hasn't really hit a big rainstorm while I've been hiking with it yet, but seems to work pretty well. And I can see the appeal because you don't have to you can pretty much put it on while you're walking. Plus, good ventilation. That other plastic bag here is just pack liner from the inside of the backpack. It's kind of a disposable bag. It's a little heavier duty than just your normal plastic bag. And then hydration. So just your standard 1 liter smart water bottle with a hydration tube, and fits on top of a standard soda bottle cap. So that's pretty convenient. I also have here, let me pull it out. This is just what I call my dipping cup. It's really hard to get water into the top of these narrow water bottles. So if you have a shallow stream or pond, you can use that. And it's just a water bottle I cut down to size, and it's pretty nice because it nests right inside the smart water bottle. Then you got the Sawyer's Squeeze water bottle. It's really nothing special. It's actually just as good as that Platypus and costs about 1/3 as much. And I just had a Platypus lying around, so most of the time I can get away with 1 liter. Sometimes I'll load up on a 2nd liter if it's kind of hotter out, and if it's a longer stretch between water sources, I'll use 3 liters. But for the most part, I've never, in this type of environment, shouldn't really need more than 3 liters of water. So anyway, hope that was helpful. I'll post this to my website, and via YouTube. The website is GoBugJuice.com, and if you have any questions or comments, you can put them on the website. And I also hope to kind of create a list of all this stuff on the website with a little more information on make and model and weight, and I have some gear reviews on the website as well, so I'll add to that as I use the gear more and get a better sense of how it works in a wet environment as opposed to the drier environment out here in Colorado. Happy trails!